The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials down 47. You get the Nasdaq off 24. S&Ps are off 9.5. Gold contract up $10, trading $13.2550. We have silver up 13 cents, $17.66. Platinum up 10.5 bucks, $9.98. You have copper up 2 pennies, $3.10 a pound. Light sweet crude down to 30 cents, $46.28 a barrel. Notes, 10-year note up 11 ticks, 30-year bond up 27 ticks. They both took out their June swing highs. Lower rates, man.
That's what it looks like, for sure.
Pretty wild.
It is.
King dollar down 250 ticks, trading at 91.980. The euro is trading at 120 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is trading at a 108 3/4 to the U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We get open, we take a look at the S&P. What you're looking at is this, folks, okay? So you take a look at the SPY, what you're going to have out here today, which is going to get really intriguing because you have the holiday, you're coming into the holiday. Yesterday, you do a sideways market. Today, we'll see, bottom line, if we get an expansion of volume. We're down 89 cents right now. Overnight, what you did is that you had the S&Ps down pretty good. They were down 12 this morning. Right now, they're only down 9.75. What I expect you're going to see, though, once you get back inside 24.3350, if in fact we get inside, then I expect we're going to, then you're going to see another basically run for the lower end of this whole deal. So if we go overseas and we take a look at overseas and you see what's happening here, you get the CAT down 1.2%. The DAX is the big one, down 1.6%. And if we take a look at this DAX for a second, what you're going to see, and the DAX in Germany for some reason likes to trade like the NASDAQ. This DAX in Germany, this is coming down pretty good. You had a high out here 3 months ago, 12,951. Well, you're 1,000 points off that high. Gold, gold did that ABC structure on the way up. 1327 was the number, 1331. So what's cool here now is that you have the volume behind the move. We've done 288,000 thus far. That's a good number. And you can see when we first pushed with volume, it gave it up on price on the 18th, went to 1306, got all the way back to 1289, then stopped pushing with volume 3 days ago. And the way that it looks to me that this is set up, we'll build some cause here.
And it's a GPO there. Oh, we'll get there. There we go.
Bring this back. And what I expect you're going to do here, we're going to build some cause, and we're going to make that run for that going up to that 1377 mark. So we got action out here today.
Yeah, so you have the political turmoil, of course, with North Korea firing missiles right over Japan, man.
That's pretty intense
when you think about it. If we ever had, somebody, let alone a country like North Korea, firing missiles over New York, Texas, California, whatever it is, it would be a different deal, just to relate how quickly that, it's one thing firing it into the water.
Yeah.
It is another thing, man, firing it over, allies and stuff like that.
No doubt.
And you have the president, of course, releasing a statement saying all options on the table. I think we know all options are on the table already, but it's a real threat for sure, and the market is reacting.
And so more than likely it happens somewhere down here, right? 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh no, that's Europe. I see.
No,
Europe
it's
open.
right here. Check. That's. What do you think? It was last night, I believe, right? No,
that's 6 o'clock. Yeah.
Why else was the market?
Oh, I don't know.
I look for the point where there's a huge drop off. That's
well, that was from the open to the close last night. I was still on the air then.
No, that's okay. We'll
Yeah.
6 p.m. Yeah, that's. I mean,
6 p.m.
This is where just
Yeah.
remember I say to you, red flag. Mark it. Okay. There's a huge gap on the chart. That's all I'm
Right.
saying.
Right.
What do you think the gap is? That's the gap.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's always something. There's always something where the market wants to go south. That's what gets interesting. Now the real question is going to be: does it shake it off?
Yeah, shake it off a little bit from the open. That's for sure. We were down further.
And if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform, folks, great time to do it. Come over to our website at TFNN. You can bring up the platform to put $25,000 paper money into your account. You can walk along with us as we trade these defined option contracts. And with volatility, these well,
For the way you like to trade them.
trading in general with volatility is where it's at. Yeah, I mean.
Sure. Some people are absorbing that premium though, for the way that you're trading.
Oh no, totally.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
you know
it.
what?
For when you're the way that you trade. I have a lot of people, but
I brought an article in with me. In fact, at the first break, I'm going to go get it, right? There's an article today, folks. Now, this, we get Tom from Plymouth. We get plenty of calls from him with the VIX and the T-VIX and all
Sure.
that. There's an article today. I have it with me. It's either the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal. And what this article is about is is day trading the VIX product.
okay.
And the article is about a guy that was a manager at Target 5 years ago, decided that he wants to trade the VIX. And he's claiming that he went from $500,000 and he's worth, I love it. And he's worth $5 million right now.
Okay.
No, $12 million. Is it $12 million?
We'll have to get those
it's 12
numbers
million.
before we start putting
it's
them.
It's 12 million. We'll have to get it out
we'll
of
get
my
the numbers.
briefcase. Now, my point is this, folks. I was looking at that. I says, wow, okay. So what happens is that his strategy is every single time that it's popping, he's selling it. And when I read that, I says, you know what? To me, that's about as good as contrary indicator as you can get. They write a whole article about the guy.
Sure.
It's like the cover
Sure.
of Time magazine. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That the VIX, well, he's convinced the VIX will always go down.
Now, what is and they're asking in the den, and I was thinking the same thing. Is he trading the T-VIX or the VIXy?
That's why I'm going to get the article. He has them all. He's trading them all. That's what it looked like.
Okay.
But, so we'll read the article. It's a great article.
Cool.
But Tom, maybe Tom,
Speak of the devil.
Tom from Plymouth might have read it. Hey, Tom, what's going on, brother?
Hey, good morning, Tom and Tommy. How are you?
We're
Good morning.
great. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing pretty well, thank you.
Oh, too funny, man.
It's funny you're talking about the VIX and I'm calling about it. Well, it wasn't me, that guy. So
Your ears must have been burning, man.
well, it's funny because yesterday it was like I thought the VIX might pop a little bit yesterday, so I emailed Steve Rhodes and asked him, hey, what do you think about this VIX and the T-VIX? And he kind of said, well, it's not something that it's a day trading product. It's not something you want to hold long term. And anyway, when it went down, I bought some more yesterday afternoon. As soon as I got up this morning, I was like, I'm selling this thing right off the bat.
Good for you.
So, yeah, that's what I did. And then I bought a little bit more when it went down, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, you can trade this all day today, man.
I'm getting tired now.
It's too early to get tired, man. Have some more coffee, man. Cooking, brother.
Thanks, Tom.
Take care, guys.
Take
Stay
care.
right there. Tommy and I come right back, folks. Dow's down 61, Nasdaq's off 28, S&P's off 10. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials down 27, Nasdaq off 24, S&P's off 9.5, and we do have that article. So,
Ocala, Florida, of course.
I know. Ocala, Florida. Ocala, folks, is gorgeous. Ocala
Gentleman
is,
Seth Golden.
Yeah.
So he's trading the VXX and the UVXY, it looks like, and he's shorting them as they're popping up. And part of what you were talking about is his bet is founded on 2 principles. One being that the VXX and UVXY, because they track a basket of VIX futures, not the index itself. And we've touched on this a little bit, right?
That was
with how
that call.
The VIX...
When you had picked up that didn't go up as much.
When the VIX goes from like 11 to 15,
right,
that's percentage-wise, what, like a 34%?
Right.
So then you have Tom calling with the TVIX, which is a double.
That's right.
So if it's double off the VIX, that would be like 70%.
Yeah.
But it's not double off the VIX,
That's
right?
right.
That's where you're dealing with these ETNs, exchange traded notes, future, right? Yeah, right. Short-term ETN.
That's right.
So that's double the short-term ETN. And so just to finish, let's see. So his bet is founded on 2 principles, one being that the VXX and UVXY, because they track a basket of VIX futures, not the index itself, will decline in value over time as the contracts expire.
So
that should make sense.
Decay.
Right.
He's
that
looking
should make
at
sense to
decay.
most.
That's what he's looking at.
You know, he describes it as a heavily value this. Mr. Golden believes that in the decade since the VIX was introduced in '93, its long-term trend has been to push constantly downward. Yes, there will be spikes as during major crises, whether 9/11, 2008, other big events, China, North Korea. But after every spike of fear must follow a longer period of calm. Well, I don't like the word "must" there, right? But that's where everyone's a genius during that time when you're a genius. But that's not how things work in terms of. You can always be right, but $5 million, that's not enough money to ride out the storm in terms of, you might be right, but you can't weather a 10-year risk environment. And I'm not saying it'll last that long, but we all know what I'm talking about.
Depending on how many shares he has, you couldn't even weather 3 days of 2008.
Right.
It wasn't that dramatic.
Right, exactly.
That's why I thought this is a contrarian indicator. When I read it, I said, wow.
Yeah. Just as the frenetic buying of tech stocks by day traders in 1999 and 2000 came to be seen as a major factor behind the boom, market experts say traders like Mr. Golden, who constantly short the VIX, have distorted the market. And the VIX, spikes have become more extreme on the upside and the downside. So he's a 40-year-old, and he's going up to 12 million from 500,000. Just another thing I want to tie together, though. 5 years. It's been quite a 5 years. There's a lot of people that have probably taken 500,000 up to 12 million in a bunch of different trading arenas.
Right.
What if you just bought Amazon? Can you just pull up Amazon? I mean, just to put things in context of where the market has moved.
I'll pull it back 5 years.
I think you might have just made more money if you bought Amazon.
There. So
200 to 1,000, so 5 times your money. So, you're going from 500,000, but guess what? You put it on margin, that's 10 times your money. So right there, he could have gone from 500,000 to 5 million, and that's a lot less of a risky trade just buying Amazon for 5 years and holding it versus shorting the VIX every time it spikes versus...
And the real... What I'd love,
I'm just putting it in context.
No,
5 years is a long time.
See, what I'd love to know inside of this is that a true day trader realistically wouldn't be going overnight in price. See, what happens there is that...
I was reading...
A true day trader, right, wouldn't hold overnight. So the picture, what I do is this. Sometimes I'm a day trader, sometimes I'm a swing trader. If you're going overnight, man, you're a swing trader. You're taking huge risks.
Right, I agree.
You're saying, I think that this swing
shouldn't be any greater difference than tonight. I mean, 6 o'clock p.m. was when the market fell apart. So, for sure. That's. I mean, we're dealing in one of those overnights. Yeah. So I'm sitting here and I'm wondering to myself, why is this guy putting it out here that he's made all this money? Is this just a brag, right? No, it's not a brag.
No, it's the end.
Yeah, he's starting a hedge fund. Well, that makes me question even everything more that who knows what's in here? I mean, seriously, this is a marketing piece in all fairness. So he has 12 million. Have we seen his bank account statements? I don't see him in here.
So at the end of it, the last statement, folks, this is pretty good.
Hedge
the
fund
last
to short the
statement. Okay, now he's starting a hedge fund dedicated to waging against the VIX investors. He says it's investors, he says, have been pounding on his door to get in early, offering...
Sorry. So, can I... he's wagering against the VIX investors.
Yeah.
Okay, investors have... Yeah, there you go. Pounding on his door to, offering him $100 million.
He says, having been pounding on his door to get in early, offering him $100 million for starters. That's a lot of money for one-time target manager. Yes, it's a crowded trade, Mr. Golden always, but I don't worry about crowds. I just worry about the next essential shock that might be.
Existential.
Let me tell you something, folks.
Shock.
No one pounds on your door to give you $100 million. Yeah.
That's a marketing piece more than I did. But, I'm sure there's some truth to it, but that is a marketing piece that guy just put out. And
the cool thing
congrats to him for getting the paper to pick it up as a piece of content.
Yeah, right. No doubt.
What are you going to say? The cool thing is that...
Well, to me, that was a contrarian indicator.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure,
it's like, okay, so it doesn't work until it works. And
shorten the VIX is easy money. That's basically what that article says. And we know how that works.
Right. Yeah, right. And if we bring this back, and you want to say, if I do this on a daily, if you look at that one.
So he was supposedly in the market at that time. So I wonder what happened. Can you push it back a little further, even to 5 years, just to see?
Yeah, I can. What happens? Okay. That's a daily, though. I just wanted to show that one.
Okay,
see,
cool.
This one's for a daily, so it's like, okay. So you shot it at 13, or you sold it at 13, and the next day it was at 38.
Let's just see. That's a daily too. See, keep it 5 year. Boom, daily. There you go.
Yeah. Now, so now put it back.
I mean, this is his 5 years, just to put things in context.
Okay.
And he had one period there that he really had to take some heat, because in the grand scheme of things, VIX at 28 for spikes is not what you should be fearing, right? When you're building a shorting strategy.
Right.
I mean, because we'll just put it.
The real question is that. We're talking about the article we're talking about. It's in the New York Times today. So if you pull the New York Times up, it's about day trading the VIX product.
And it's actually on page B3. Yeah. There you go. Day traders bet on fear in an obscure market niche. B3.
Yeah.
Right under the Big Apple article.
Let's go to David in Texas. Hey, David, what's going on?
Well, hello. This is David. How are you?
Hey, David.
Doing great. Yourself?
Oh, Oh, totally fine, sir. Like, sir, I just want to talk to someone who manages the website, and I believe already is the right person. Hello, thank you.
Oh, you're calling it. You're calling. Are you trying to sell us something?
We're gonna have to talk to our producers.
No,
Let them
yeah.
sales calls. You must be quite a cold caller, man. The guy got through to a radio show. We're gonna have to work with our front line there.
Oh my God.
Good luck, David. Take care.
Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Boy, who's manning those phones in there?
Oh man.
Seriously. Yeah. I know.
Wow.
Seriously, that's amazing.
Let's go take a look at. So. Let's go.
Regain. I know. Regain. Seriously.
Let's go to the bond sector next. Okay, so this is pretty cool. So this is the 10-year. You know, the 10-year had a high volume spike. It's been trying to get to this point forever. 127.08 makes it, and now what's going to be interesting is that it looks to me that you're actually going to do the volume. You know, we've already done 1.5 million contracts. You need 800,000 more.
Lower rates, baby. Lower rates.
Yeah, and you know, this is pretty intense, man. Look at this rate. 2.107.
Yep.
We only need another point to get into 2. Pretty
Not bad.
cool.
Not bad.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We want you to come up and visit us in Boston, September 30th.
That's
Check it
right.
out. Front page of TFNN. Come right back.
If you're looking to open your portfolio to a world of opportunity, consider the new market-safe emerging currency CD from Everbank. This 3-year U.S. dollar-denominated CD gives you exposure to 5 equally weighted currencies from Brazil, China, India, Indonesia, and Turkey at a time when experts see great potential for global growth. Even better, it features a 7.0 leverage factor, which means you could earn a potential market upside payment of 7 times the CD's performance at maturity with no cap if the currencies increase in value over the CD's term. And should the opposite occur, your principal is 100% protected. Keep in mind, returns are based on CD performance. There is no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this index CD. Don't miss out. The September 28th funding deadline will be here before you know it. So call 1-855-750-4051 or visit everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a division of TIAA, FSB, member FDIC.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now down 36. Nasdaq off down 16. S&Ps are off 8. Market is shaking it off.
Going higher, man. Where's that Sherwin-Williams paint? It's coming. Get that green paint ready. I know.
Let's go take a look at the Dow Industrials. So you got putting a negative into it. You got Goldman putting 16 negative points. Nike putting 9. Home Depot putting 9. J.P. Morgan putting 7. Bringing some positive into it. You got United Health putting 10. Caterpillar putting 3. Walmart putting 3. Apple putting 1. Inside the NDX 100, strength is Dish. That's up 2.9%. JD.com's up 1.1. Taken away from it, Discovery Communications down 2. Norwegian Cruise Lines 2. Share
yeah.
down 1.7. And BBY.
Let's look at some of the...
They come out with good numbers, and then the CEO got on and said that...
Is that what happened this morning? I was doing the 9 o'clock update, and man, if you check out what happened on the... Okay, so they're top one, just...
right, and so they beat first. Then the CEO...
What's that CEO doing talking, man?
Seriously, he comes on...
Hey, you know what? I mean, that's part of their business in terms of he doesn't want that shock coming, stock goes through the roof and then it really plummets, right? He would much rather have a slow, steady, so go ahead.
So Best Buy suffered its worst stock decline in the year as after the CEO, Herbert Jolly, warned that the recent sales gains probably are not sustainable.
Yeah, renewing concerns that, guess what, they got a competitor on the block called Amazon.
Yeah.
But they had comp sales up 5.4%. I think the estimate was around 2.3%, 2.2%. They were talking about some of the smart home type devices they were doing well in. They were doing well in appliances versus Sears. They were really doing well. Can you go to the chart, IGPO, just because it is a remarkable pre-market. It was up huge, and then he started talking to down huge. Okay, so this doesn't even show pre-market. I think it was up 67, 68.
Right. I heard it as soon as I woke up and saying it's up, and then when I'm driving in and saying it's down 6 points. I said,
let's see if I wonder if this pulls it up. There you go.
There it is.
So 67. That's what I thought. It started trading at down to 55.69. Pretty remarkable. One of the other ones, right? Finish Line. Now this is what's hitting Nike, Under Armour.
Right.
So they come out with their earnings and they were just horrible. Stopped from 10.50 down to 8, down to 6.83 for an open, up to 8, and that is what's hitting. Let's check it out. Nike, right?
Yep.
Down 2.3%. Under Armour, down 3.9%.
That's in trouble, man.
Foot Locker, down 1%, coming back too. So that's Finish Line is similar to all those.
Yeah.
And they're not doing well. Foot Locker's been struggling, as we know, and that's not news they wanted to hear for sure. I think they went from like Finish Line, maybe something like they're expecting, maybe $1.20, and came in at 50 cents or something like that. I mean, just huge miss, yeah.
Folks, as you come over to our website at TFNN, let's bring this workshop up. So September 30th, we want you to come visit us up in Boston. Where are we? Let's see, TFNN.
Yep.
There we go. So we get a live workshop happening. Nadex is sponsoring it. So for all the Tigers and Tigresses, it's free. It's going to be September 30th, Burlington Marriott. Starts at 7:45. So we check in with continental breakfast 7:45 to what, 8:30?
Yes, 8:30. So 45 minutes. Get there, check in. We're hoping to have maybe 100, 150 people there.
Right.
So it was a great time in Tampa. Even during the continental breakfast, everyone kind of sitting around talking, getting ready for a good day. And then Dan Cook's going to jump up there in Nadex, welcome everybody for about 15 minutes. I'm going to jump up there for about 15 minutes, and then the action starts at 9 o'clock, baby. You're up there from 9 till 10:30, a good 90-minute workshop. We'll take a quick 15-minute break, get a little re-energized, coffee, tea break. Our man Daryl Martin will be up there for 90 minutes, to 10:45 till 12:15, and then you're both going to wrap things up with a 45-minute session. And of course, Daryl Martin out in Texas, he's safe, thankfully, but sending lots of good thoughts out to those people still battling that deal. Man. And it's that Harvey's still in the Gulf, and it's only going to be a tropical storm, but it's going to kind of roll back in. They said with more rain and. We're just talking about that. Houston, unfortunately, they're just not prepared for that type of rain and flooding. And they've been doing a lot of building, and there's not the swamps and wetlands to absorb it anymore. And then there's the angle with the insurance program and the subsidies, kind of subsidizing living that shouldn't be in there. Where just building and part of it's right. You're building in areas that normally insurance rates would be very, very, very high,
Right.
which would discourage that type of building. So then you have, of course, building occurring. But then the other side we were just talking about during the break is that you're building over wetlands. So you're building over areas that used to be able to absorb water, and now there's cement. So that's
Right.
creating another huge problem. One article I was reading today said from 96 to 2011,
Yep.
something like that type of area, you know, where you can't, where the ground can no longer absorb, and I forget the term, I'm
That's
just
right.
missing it, where it can't absorb that, has grown by 25% in that Houston area,
Yeah.
which is a remarkable number when you think about how big Houston is to have 25% of the land that used to be able to absorb. So it's not all land, right? We're talking about of the land that used to be able to absorb water.
That's right.
25% of it now, over those 15 years, no longer can absorb water. It's not like a cement or a builder. It's pretty remarkable.
So it's crucial. So picture, and I'm sure not all of our communities have this, folks, okay? And in Texas is one of the ones that there's not a lot of regulations, period,
Yeah.
right? And on building. So what happens is, like, when we're building new buildings, we're building a lot of them, and it has to do, it's the FAR, has to do with how much green you got to keep versus how much cement.
Sure.
And in St. Pete, you have to keep over 55% green.
Okay.
And it's pretty
That
cool.
means you
'cause
basically can't take a plot of land, kind of just put cement all over
No,
it, and
right.
then build on it.
That's right.
Because, I mean,
That's right.
you don't have to go far in Florida to know the kind of rains we get.
Yeah, we
If
get
you just-
huge rains.
If you just build cement
Right.
on everything, you're in trouble, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And what's really cool, I knew I always liked this area, right? But for Pinellas County, folks, is the most dense county in Florida. Listen to this number. This number is crazy. So the whole average is 4,400 people per square mile.
Okay.
In Pinellas County. In St. Pete, it's 6,500 per square mile. Okay.
Sure.
Now that's, you know,
When you come into a city like that with high rises, you're gonna.
Yeah, but you'd think that Miami would be bigger. That, you know, and it's not. Pinellas County is the most dense county in all of Florida. Now,
Well, just to put, Miami is the county, though. Miami could be bigger, but the county that it's in is that Dade County.
That's right.
That's just to put things, because Miami probably is bigger than St. Pete per.
oh yeah, no, I'm talking about the county,
Right.
in general.
That's why I'm just.
okay?
But then you right. Yeah.
But what does happen, and this is what's so crucial, it's so cool because we do have so much green space. Like when you're really looking out, like if you're in a small plane and you're taking off from Tampa Airport, you look out, we're really green. You look down, but that's one of the main reasons, I think, that
Well, if
55% is still a big number.
I don't know. I don't know what other numbers. You know, I just don't have a fundamental understanding of. Because I would say there's a lot. Florida has not many regulations compared to a lot of places, though, too. As in, I don't know what that 55 versus. I just don't know. What are our other comparable numbers? I would like to know what other comparable numbers are before I judge that number. That's all, you know.
Well, I know just from looking down here and looking down in Boston, Boston has less than that. And
Well, like any city, though, but when you go on the outskirts of Boston, you know, that's where you really get a lot more. That's what,
yeah, well, you would.
That's, you know.
877-927-6648. Dow right now down 36. Nasdaq off 13. S&P's off 8. Gold up $9. 13.24.40. We're gonna be right back, folks.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Hi, folks. The 800th edition of the Gold Report will be published next Monday. To celebrate the last 15 and a half years of calling the gold market, I'm doing a special promotion. You can receive 60 weeks of the Gold Report for only $600. That is $10 a week, which is a savings of 50% off the regular price. If you want to understand the entire supply and demand equations that move the gold market, including where the XAU, HUI, and mining equities are looking to trade, If you want to understand the correlation between the dollar, the yen, the South African rand, bonds, and gold, the Gold Report is for you. I'll give you the entry price target, and stop for each equity, ETF, future, or option trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter with the focus on building real wealth to a successful portfolio of gold and silver equities. You can take advantage of this special promotion until August 27th. That's 60 weeks of the Gold Report for $600, which is a 50% savings. Go to the front page of TFNN.com or call 877-518-9190 and order now.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You get the Dow down 30, NASDAQ off 9, S&P's off 7.5. Let's go up to our man Mark in Concord. What's going on, brother?
Not much, guys. How are you two?
Morning, Mark.
Doing great. I want to go to that corner store down there and get some of that bread.
You always want a corner store bread.
I'm going to Marriott on the 30th.
Hey, listen, do you know the store I'm talking about, man?
I think he said he's coming to see us on the 30th.
Perfect.
Is that what you said, Mark?
Yeah, maybe I should bring you some bread.
I guess so, man. That's all.
Hey, let me ask you. Do you remember the name? Do you know the name of that store I'm talking about?
No, but I got to go downtown later. So there's a couple down here, Tommy.
I bet there is.
There's not one. There's not one corner store that sells bread, Mark? I'm lost.
Hey, listen to this guy.
The corner store that sells bread?
Him and
This
sister
isn't 1965 when there's a corner store anymore that sells bread.
When him and his sister were 10 and 12 years old, I used to go all the way to Concord and get them bread and bring it back. This bread was awesome bread, man. The reason I'm asking is that every person I meet from Concord, I said, do you know that store?
I know, and they all look at you and they say, yeah, to end the conversation real quickly.
Well, Concord has changed a lot in the last couple of years, Tom.
Huh?
Sorry, what did you say, Mark?
Changed a lot in the last couple of years.
Oh, no, I know, for sure.
That's why we laugh, Mark.
Hey, listen, I am going back 25 years, so.
I bet there was more than one corner store that sold bread 25 years ago.
No, what has to happen is that you guys have to do your summers up here. I've suggested that before.
Listen, I would love it. You got a sweet pad for me to come camp out at, man? I'll be up there, Sign me up, man, Get me a spot, I'm there.
Remember my suggestion about a year and a half ago? You could get a little place up in Maine, right there on Main Street, and you have windows all around, and people can come in there and can say, listen to TFNN, and you guys can be doing your live show up there in Freeport, Maine.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
When they go to Maine,
we're on board with that plan, man. We won't have to listen. Late August. I know I'm wearing a sweatshirt right now, but it is hot outside. It's cool inside, but man, it is hot outside in Florida. I would love some of that cool air, and like you say, I can't wait for that cool air up in Boston, man. I'm serious. September, cool air, crisp air. Been craving it.
Well, I'm very excited about having you guys come up.
Awesome.
So I'm looking forward to this.
Looking forward to it as well.
Yeah. It's long overdue. Getting on a more serious note, I'm looking at the chart of the day's indexes, all three, the S&P, the Dow, and the NASDAQ. And it looks like NASDAQ's only down 3.25 points. And I'm wondering, is this thing trying to go positive on the day? What do you guys think?
Like we saw that you were up on the
That you
for
wanted
the
to look
call.
at the NASDAQ.
And while we were talking, it actually went positive.
I know, it's definitely trying whether it's there or not. I mean, that's quite a run it's had from the open.
So doesn't mean it's going to stay
is this
there.
one of these days when the things get clobbered and on the open, and if everyone comes in and buys on the dips?
Oh, listen, man. Well, I was going to say that buying the dip, it has been working for 7 years. Now, it hasn't been working for the last, 3 or 4 weeks, but that doesn't mean it won't work again.
Yeah.
Well, if my memory serves me correctly, a couple weeks ago when North Korea did the same thing, and we gapped all on the open, and then at the end of the day we closed positive. Am I incorrect on that? Or
no, you're correct.
Yeah,
you're correct.
Yeah.
My take on the North Korea. So let's stay there for a second. Now, the North Korea deal absolutely throws volatility into the marketplace, and it always seems though when markets are going south, something always happens, right? My larger take, like the last time, all of a sudden all news stations are saying, okay, there's war. There's not going to be a war there, man. Okay. My take
I disagree with that.
Okay. Well, my take is it's not going to happen, and the main reason is that there's too many. Like we can yap that, this got to stop and we got to do something about it. If anyone does anything about, they're right next to each other. This would be like South Boston and Dorchester. There'd be so many.
I don't like that comparison.
Well,
at all,
it's the truth. That's the bottom line.
Going to war with 2 nuclear powers is not like Southie and Dorchester. Just to put things, that's my disagreement.
My point is, it won't be South Korea and it won't be Japan that does anything. If someone does something. It would be us, and that would be insane because we're not going to die. They're going to die.
War is insane, just to put things in context.
I understand that.
I think we've been lulled into this deal that, war can't happen anymore. And guess what?
Guys, I cannot envision Trump going over and doing the nuclear thing first.
No, and it doesn't have to be nuclear war, but missiles could fly and really, people could die. And that's where...
My point is that listen, there's plenty of people going to think there's war. There's plenty of people that think there's not going to be. That's my point. So we'll see what happens. The reason that I'm saying...
The day after missiles fly over Japan, though, to be like, war ain't happening, there's no risk of it, I think is discounting a risk. As small as that risk may be, it's a risk that I think a lot of people aren't factoring. Let's say that risk is 1%, right? I think the market is putting it at 1,000%. And my point is that it's not 1,000%. It's not a risk of 1 out of 10,000 or 100,000 that missiles fly and people die. Maybe it's 1 out of 1,000. But that risk is not factored into the market right now, as small as it may be.
I think China will, at the end of the day, put the pressure on North Korea to quell it, But here's something else bigger that I think the market's got to worry about. It won't be this year. It will be a year and a quarter from now. Is if Congress shifts from Republicans on both sides to a mix or Democrats on both sides, I think the Trump could be in a lot of trouble, and because there's a lot of Democrats who are itching for impeachment, and if the Democrats get into at least the Senate and maybe even the House and the Senate, you're going to see a whole new White House. You're going to see a lot of
the Democrats aren't going to take both
you.
the House and the Senate, though,
Yeah,
and that's unrealistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it is anyway.
No, I would agree.
What I mean?
And I think anyone would agree, though, Mark, if that happened, it would change the landscape of everything. That's for sure.
Well, the Senate's very close, So who knows what happens in the Senate? But I don't know.
I think, the market has already talked about, if you look at the dollar, if you look at the peso, the market already doesn't believe anything or everything that the administration's saying anyway. So, the way I'm looking at the market, I figure it's easier watching the market than watching D.C. because the market has already spoke. The S&P hasn't yet, but certainly the dollar has. The bonds have. The bonds are almost back to pre-election. The dollar is lower than pre-election. So it's okay, you're not going to get infrastructure. You're not going to get taxes. So we'll see what happens with the S&P.
All right.
Thanks for getting us all revved up, Mark.
Well, hey, so Tom, what's your scenario for the rest of today? What do you think will happen?
I like this trade, man. Let me just look at this for a second. I'm trying to. I'm ready to lay into this thing right now.
On the
because,
short side, obviously.
Yeah, because it's coming right up and right into this gap. I mean, this is a risk versus reward is not bad here.
Okay, we're almost 20 points off the low. I mean,
right.
It's almost 0.75% off the low.
You know, you get the pop up. So, I mean, yeah, stay right there, Mark. I'm coming right back. 877-927-6648. Dow right now, down 13. Nasdaq off 5. S&P's off 4.5. We're going to be right back.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A share bull and bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com. Educating investors. Learn how to trade options with swim lessons. Brought to you by TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. We're talking with Mark from Concord. We were talking about the NASDAQ. It did go positive, and now we were talking about that guy selling the VIX.
Mr. Conrad.
He would have made money this morning.
He would have.
We just went from 14.34 to 12.
Yeah.
58.
And what was he trading again? The VXX? Yeah,
the
VXX.
XX.
Yeah. So that's the single.
Yeah. That just opened at 50.84, and it's at 48.80.
And so you can see percentage-wise the difference there, right? You get the VIX going from like 14 to 12 versus you have this going from 50 to 48. You know, just to put much smaller percentages because of the way the VIX actually trades on huge percentages.
And then he trades the UVXY.
Which is going to be the double of that, I believe.
Right.
Right.
That's dangerous doing that stuff.
Yeah, he sells it. He's making fortunes though, Mark.
You're right until you're wrong.
Well, that's
like, what do you-
I'm just kidding. That's what he said in the paper anyway.
Yeah. But to put it, he's not even making fortunes, though, when you look at what can happen, right? If he has one outlier, I don't know how he's trading that, but, man, you can lose a lot of that when you're risking a lot to make a little, right?
Hey, Tom, he may be a good one to get on your guest at the
we might do that because it has in that article, too, that he's out there at Twitter always touting how good he's doing. So
I know. I don't know. You can do that on your own if you want. That guy's on a marketing agenda right now. I don't like when people have that biased, well, either
Well,
way.
it'd be interesting to get his take on the market. So what do you think, Tom? Will be up or down for the day?
Down.
Down?
Surprise.
Is this?
Yeah, that's a surprise for me, right?
Come on, Mark.
Is this a head fake? Nasdaq's down 5 now? Or?
No, listen, man. I think we've been down. I mean, what has happened here, since the high of the 8th, every rally's got sold. That's all. That's happened.
Mark, we look forward to seeing you in Boston,
guys,
man.
Okay, stay right there, folks. Swim lessons are coming up next, and then of course. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White, myself, Andy's back today, too.
Thanks, man.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. The 800th edition of the Gold Report will be published next Monday. To celebrate the last 15 and a half years of calling the gold market, I'm doing a special promotion. You can receive 60 weeks of the Gold Report for only $600. That is $10 a week, which is a savings of 50% off the regular price. If you want to understand the entire supply and demand equations that move the gold market, including where the XAU, HUI, and mining equities are looking to trade, if you want to understand the correlation between the dollar, the yen, the South African rand, bonds, and gold, the Gold Report is for you. I'll give you the entry price target, and stop for each equity, ETF, future, or option trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter with the focus on building real wealth to a successful portfolio of gold and silver equities. You can take advantage of this special promotion until August 27th. That's 60 weeks of the Gold Report for $600, which is a 50% savings. Go to the front page of TFNN.com or call 877-518-9190 and order now.
The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
The following is a presentation of TFNN.